This is the Disney Dude, and this is the Weekly Disney, and we have a lot to cover today, so let's get straight into the news. So, what's in the news this week? Not much, but there is some, very interesting news, that also includes a rumor, for rumor time later, but there won't be any movie segment today because there's nothing regarding movies in this week of the news. But yeah, so the first thing is that Rafiki's Planet Watch in the Animal Kingdom is closing forever on October 20th. So that gives you a little bit of time to go back and greet the animals and pet them before they go. This is some very interesting news because it goes along with something that I'll mention later in the video. But October 20th is your date to see them, or to see it one last time before it closes. Maybe a new land, or possibly just backstage area, which is 100% possible. Disney sometimes closes stuff, not all the time, but sometimes they close stuff just for the sake of they need backstage areas for storage and stuff like that. And also, the live actors and all of the live actors in the Rivers of Light are being cut. The Rivers of Light is a kind of new, it's been there for a while, but it's the new nighttime entertainment at the Animal Kingdom. That's only been open for around a year, maybe a bit more. But it previously had live actors in it on boats and on barges and stuff like that. Kind of like the barges you see in Illuminations, also closing next year. But they have, all the live actors have now been cut from the Rivers of Light. We don't know why. It's probably budgetary reasons. Also, again, sometimes Disney will get rid of something or close something because of budget. And they are going to need that capital for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which is still in the works at Disney World and Disneyland. So yeah, they could be using it for capital. There's a lot of things going on at the Walt Disney World Resort, such as Guardians of the Galaxy, Ratatouille, and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the big one. And they could use some extra funds, so they could just be getting... And this ties into what happened last week with the actors from the Streetmosphere act at Hollywood Studios being cut. That might also be for budgetary reasons. And since it was last week, it's not that long since they cut the Streetmosphere actors. So, you know, maybe all of these live actors being cut has something to do with budget. Especially in Hollywood Studios, because budget is really important there. The capital, since Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is coming to Hollywood Studios, they need it the most there. But also, I'm pretty... there could be another reason. I don't know what that reason could be. I don't even have a thought. But most likely for budgetary reasons. Maybe they'll do something at the Animal Kingdom. Saving that for later in the video. Make sure to stay for that. But yeah, all the live actors being cut from Rivers of Light, I think, effective immediately. If not in a couple of days. But I think it's an immediate change coming soon, within the coming days, or they're already gone. I haven't been to the Animal Kingdom in quite a bit. And our next piece of news is something kind of controversial and could also be kind of political. Now, I'm not one for politics on this channel, but this has something to do with the economy and other things that have something to do with politics. But cast members at Disneyland, at the Disneyland resorts, not in the parks, but in the resorts at the Disneyland resort, are going to be receiving a $15 minimum wage with new contract agreement. My personal opinion is that they shouldn't rise the minimum wage, because if you rise the minimum wage, either you're going to be working less hours with more money, or they're going to be firing people not needing to give money to those people, and then you get more hours. Who knows? It could go both ways. Either Disney will probably fire some people, or release. Fire is kind of harsh. But I really don't think this is a good idea, because it's really bad for the economy, and it's also just really bad for everybody in general. I think this has something to do with something in Anaheim. I don't know the full details of what's happening in Anaheim, but I think there's some kind of agreement going on in Anaheim about minimum wages and stuff. Again, California, really weird. I don't know what's going on with them. But yeah, this is a really opinionated topic because it deals with the economy and stuff like that. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments about this. I would really like to hear your opinions on this, because I already told you what I think, but I would like to hear other people's thoughts on this change. Now, this is only for the resort cast members, not for the parks. Keep that in mind. There may be another reason. If you can think of another reason, tell me in the comments and tell me what you think that reason might be. Because I can't think of anything of why they would do that. And for our next piece of news, just in general, comment and tell me what your opinion is on all this news. Because I'm really not low on comments, but I would love to hear your guys' opinions and what you think about this, and what you think about all these changes and additions, and everything that's going on in the Walt Disney Company. I want to hear your opinions. Please comment. It helps a lot. And in other news today, I think it was yesterday, since this video comes out, that the Walt Disney World Resort will be having new date-based park pricing ticket model. A lot of words there. But for the pricing model, it is like you could go on one day and it could be completely different in the other days. Like it might even be like a $5 change or something like that. It could be very, I don't know what to expect from this. I'm expecting it to be very weird with ticketing. But like, say if you're getting like a 4-day ticket, then all that pricing will change based on the days you're going. So it's going to be really weird. The packages are not going to be the same, and it's just going to be a weird new business model. I don't know how to describe it. It's very weird. But yeah, like one day it could be one price, and then the next day it could be something completely different. It completely depends on demand. That's what Disney said. Like, say it was a weekend, the tickets are probably more. Or say it's a festival day at Epcot, it'll probably be more. But almost every day at Epcot is a festival day, so who knows. But maybe if it was, let's say, a Halloween party day at the Magic Kingdom, demand might be less because they already have the hard ticket event at night. so that might not be as expensive as, let's say, a day that doesn't have the Halloween party, because less people are going to want to go if there's the Halloween party, and more people are going to want to go when there isn't, because I don't think when the Halloween party comes on, I don't think the normal day guests get to see Happily Ever After. I think it's complete. I don't think there's any nighttime entertainment for the normal guests. I think they just have it for the hard-ticketed event people, such as there's Hollow Wishes and the Boo to You parade. So, who knows what this is going to end up looking like for Walt Disney World. I personally think this is very weird, but I want to hear your opinions in the comments, because this is just very weird and I don't know what to think of it. So yeah, tell me what you think in the comments. And now we are going to be moving on to the rumor regarding and now it's rumor time. So as I mentioned many times earlier in the video, there is a very strong rumor coming about with the closure of Rafiki's Planet Watch. Now, for years or actually, not years, ever since Zootopia came out, people have been speculating that Rafiki's Planet Watch will be closed to be turned into a Zootopia land, which I think would fit in perfectly with the Animal Kingdom. I don't know why they wouldn't do this, but the rumor is now that Rafiki's Planet Watch is closed, they have closed that to make room for the Zootopia land. Now, I think it would be very cool to see a Zootopia land over there, because, first of all, you could change the train very easily, well, not easily, but there's a train to get from the main area of the Animal Kingdom into Rafiki's Planet Watch. So why not just turn that train into the Zootopia train, and it'll be great. It'll all be hunky-dory, and we'll have a lot of fun on that train. Maybe something like the Hogwarts Express at Universal, where they have the screened trains that take you from one part of Harry Potter land to the other. I just hope that it's not as mediocre as the Hogwarts Express. But yeah, this has been a rumor since Zootopia has come out, because Zootopia is based around animals, like completely based around animals. There's not even a single human. It's been a rumor since that movie has come out that Rafiki's Planet Watch will close, hence close, and turn into Zootopia land. Now, there's not even, like, a single possible detail that you could get out of this rumor, but now that Rafiki's Planet Watch is closed, it's completely open doors. Now, as I said earlier in the video, they might just use this for backstage space, which, I think would be a completely waste of space, because, where Rafiki Planet Watch currently stands, not for long though, where it currently stands, it's very big. It may not look like it, but where Rafiki's Planet Watch stands is very big, and a lot of people don't notice it, but it takes up a lot of space. Not as much as Kilimanjaro Safaris next door, but still quite a lot. So now, the question is, will we get this Zootopia land, and when will we get it? Let me hear your I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below, because tell me what you think. Tell me whether you want to see this Zootopia land come to fruition, or whether you think, I want to keep Rafiki's Planet Watch. I don't know who would want to, because in my opinion, Rafiki's Planet Watch is kind of boring, and I try to avoid it whenever I go. Because there's nothing there. It's literally just like a petting zoo in Disney World, and that's it. Now there's also a medical center there for the animals, a veterinary center there, and you can partially watch how they do operations and stuff, but that's very, very rare. But I just think it's really boring, and it's not Disney-like. It's more like a zoo or Busch Gardens in there than Disney, besides the name Rafiki, and that's it. But I love Zootopia. It was a great movie, and I would love to see it come to the parks, because at the current moment, there is no Zootopia in the parks. I don't even think you can find Judy Hopps or the Jack Wild, I think it might be. I'm not sure. But there is another rumor that I think we should mention, because it's related to this, and that is that there is a rumored Zootopia land coming to Shanghai Disneyland. Now, this is very important, because if that's going to be happening, why couldn't Disney duplicate it? Disney duplicates things a lot, so it would be very easy to duplicate it. But the details is that there would be all 4 parts of Zootopia in the land: Tundra Town, the main city, and the other biomes, I guess you could say, of the land, or of Zootopia. And it's just, that's very important to, if we will get a Zootopia land here in Walt Disney World, because if that happens, then there's a kind of likely chance that we will get one here. And now on to the questions. Now this, or not questions, comments. This comes from the Facebook page. By the way, if you are not already on the Facebook, if you have not already joined the Facebook group, you can find discussions there. You can find breaking news there. Like, I'll probably still cover the news that I post there on the channel, but it's just a quick and easy. It's just a real quick and easy way to get your news. Or you could just follow other Disney news channel sites. But I would really appreciate it if you would come and join the group. It was just started a few weeks ago. I just didn't bother to put the link to it on the channel, because you have to go into settings and blah blah blah. It's a pain in the butt. But if you've not joined the group already, please do. The link is in the description. But this comment comes from the Facebook page, and this is from Kim, and she says, Tapestry of Nations and the soundtrack, it was/is awesome. Was one of the best things ever there. And yeah, I never got to experience it myself, but I've heard a lot of good things about the Tapestry of Nations. It went along with the Illuminations show. And then she goes on to say, I also loved True Colors, presented by Kodak. Now, at first I didn't know what she was talking about, but she was talking about the pre-show for Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, which used to be in the Imagination Pavilion. That was a song that was in the pre-show, and I had to look it up online. I'm just like, what is she talking about? But yeah, now that she says it, I remember it, but it's been a long while since Honey, I Shrunk the Audience has been in operation. She goes on to say, the show was great, talking about the Weekly Disney, but it's, oh wait, no, she's talking about Illuminations, I'm sorry. She is talking about Illuminations, and she says, it was a good show, but it's time for it to go. And yeah, that's probably the opinion of everybody, including mine, because yeah, it was a good show. It is a good show, but it's just way past its time. Great review. Thank you for the comment. I think, wait, yep, she still goes on. cannot wait for all the new stuff at Epcot, but they better not take away my France movie. They can change the movie, which means the film, the locations and stuff, but not the music. I understand what she means, and yeah, I'd be completely fine with what she's proposing. Yeah, but they aren't taking away the movie. At the current moment, they are not changing the movie or taking it away. And even with the Ratatouille ride coming to the France Pavilion, they are not taking away the French movie. So another comment is from Penny Pasta, and I think that's a girl, but I don't know. The commenter said, I don't even remember Illuminations, to be honest, but I just want a new fireworks show. I just hope they don't include a bunch of Disney characters. Yeah, that is a complaint of a bunch of people. They think that Disney is getting rid of all of their classic stuff to replace it with intellectual properties. And yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from. But at the rate the parks are going right now, it'll probably be a show with a bunch of Disney characters. Sorry, that's probably just the good likelihood of it. But yeah, Disney is moving in such an intellectual property way, and they have been incorporating them into almost anything, changing rides to intellectual properties, and just getting rid of their old stuff. She goes on, or he, I don't know, goes on and says, also, I can't believe that they are including 2D animation in Mary Poppins, and Captain Marvel low-key looks like a DC movie. Yeah, that might offend a bunch of Marvel fans, looking like a DC movie. Yeah, that's not very nice. Like, if you say that to a complete Marvel fan, they will go off. Now, me not being all that interested in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Marvel in general, it doesn't matter. I just think that it's a funny joke. But yeah, it did look like a DC trailer, like Batman or Superman, to be honest. And also, I'm not surprised about Mary Poppins I'm not surprised about Mary Poppins having 2D animation in there, in the new movie, because, it's just a staple of the original Mary Poppins, and I bet you Mary Poppins would not have been the same if it did not have the 2D animation. The 2D animation is really important to the movies, and, just throwback. Who cares? No one cares about 2D animation. I love the fact that they're including 2D animation, and I hope that they will continue mashing live action and animation together. And this next comment, and the final comment for the day, thanks Disney dude, here are my thoughts. This comes from Nicole. Mary Poppins looks really good. The original is one of my favorites, so I'm not thinking the new adaptation will replace the old, and I don't think anyone is, the old one, but it looks like a cool remake. By the way, it's not a remake, it's a sequel. A lot of people get that confused about Mary Poppins Returns, is that people think that it's a remake and not a sequel. Disney has made it very clear in past statements that it is not a remake, it is a sequel. It's a continuation of the Mary Poppins story, not a remake, okay? Just want to get that out there, because, not hitting on you, Nicole, but but a lot of people get that confused, and I just wanted to clear the record right there, because a lot of people get it mixed up. And I like that Dick Van Dyke will be back. Nostalgia. And yeah, completely. Dick Van Dyke will be back, and I think he's still a banker. If you didn't know, in the original Mary Poppins, he played multiple roles, including the banker, including the bank manager in the bank scenes. That was Dick Van Dyke. He'll probably play the bank guy again, considering he looks as old as the bank guy looked in the original movie. But yeah, this should bring back a lot of childhood memories of mine, because Mary Poppins has always been a part of my life, and I really love it. So yeah, I completely agree with you 100%. And she goes on saying, so this may be an unpopular opinion, but I wasn't too thrilled with the Captain Marvel trailer. Being a fan of the MCU, I hope the movie is not a letdown. The trailer did not leave a lot to be desired. Nick Fury with both of his eyes intact, though. I'm ready to be let into that backstory. To be honest, I don't know what you're talking about. I know who Nick Fury is. I know he's played by Samuel L. Jackson, but, not much other than that. But, yeah, I, being, like, a non-really MCU person, I thought the trailer was okay. I probably wouldn't go on my own time and watch the movie, but, you know, it looked like a good movie, but not something I would go and watch, like the live-action Lion King or live-action Aladdin. So, yeah, Nick Fury, know who he is, don't know his backstory, don't care, really. And yeah, a lot of people, are really excited for the Captain Marvel movie. They're just hoping that it won't be a letdown. Because that is a major issue, is that with all these movies coming out constantly, just like Star Wars, it might be getting franchise fatigue, just like Solo did, another spin-off film. So, you know, it might end up looking like Solo, but who knows? That leaves for the future to decide. And she goes on asking, what transformation are you most excited for at Epcot? I can't wait for the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster. Those movies are bomb. Now, the newest part, or the transformation I'm looking the most excited to is, yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster. Ratatouille being a close second, but I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and they turned it into a roller coaster. How can you go wrong? Is my question. You really can't. Those movies are great, and then put it in a roller coaster, and you've got an even greater intellectual property. Thank you for all the comments you have posted. I hope I will see more comments in the future. Tell me what you think about the news. Tell me what you think about the rumor, especially, because that is pretty. It's kind of got some traction on it. So yeah, that is the Weekly Disney for this week. Like, subscribe, share, do all that juicy stuff, and don't forget to follow the group on Facebook if you have Facebook. And also, there's Instagram down below. You can follow me there. And, there's also a Discord server. If you have Discord, there's a link to the Discord server down below. And, yeah, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that Disney stuff, do all that juicy stuff. And this has been the Weekly Disney. That's a wrap.